Okay, I'm back. I'll be reading our daily bread for January 15th, 2021. 2021, all roads. By Dave, Branon. Jesus answered, I am the way, and the truth, and the life. John, chapter 14, verse 6. Jesus answered, I am the way, and the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Read John chapter 14, verses 1 to 7. Do not let your hearts be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. My Father's house has many rooms. If that were not so, would I have told you that I am going there to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back and take you to be with with me, that you also may be where I am. You know the way to the place where I am going. Thomas said to him, Lord, we don't know where you are going, so how can we know the way? Jesus answered, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. If you really know me, you will know my Father as well. From now on, you do know him and have seen him. Bible in a year, Genesis chapter 36 to 38 and Matthew chapter 10 verses 21 to 42. Genesis chapter 36. The origin of EDOM, 1 Chronicles chapter 1 verses 35 to 54. Genesis chapter 36. This is the account of Esau, that is EDOM, and his descendants. Esau chose his wives from the woman of Canaan, Adah, daughter of Elon, the Hittite, Oholibamah, daughter of Anah, and granddaughter of Zibeon, the Hivite. Also, Basmath, daughter of Ishmael, and sister of Nebaioth. Adah gave birth to Elipaz. For Esau, and Basmath gave birth to Reuel. Oholibamah gave birth to Jeush, Jaalam, and Korah. These were the sons of Esau who were born in Canaan. Esau took his wives, his sons, his daughters, all the members of his household, his possessions, all his cattle, and everything he had accumulated in Canaan, and went to another land away from his brother Jacob. He did this because they had too many possessions to live together. There wasn't enough pasture land for all other livestock, so Esau, who was also known as Edom, lived in the mountains of Seir. This is the account of Esau and his descendants. He was the father of the people of Edom in the mountains of Seir. These were the names of Esau's sons: Elipaz, son of Esau's wife Adah, and Reuel, son of Esau's wife Basmath. The sons of Elipaz were Teman, Omar, Zepho, Gatam, and Kenaz. Timna was a concubine of Esau's son Elipaz. She gave birth to Amalek for Elipaz. These were the grandsons of Esau's wife Adah. These were Reuel, Potpheres' sons, Nahath, Zerah, Shammah, and Mizzah. These were the grandsons of Eshu's wife Basmath. These were the sons of Eshu's wife Oholib, Amah, daughter of Anah, and granddaughter of Zebon. She gave birth to Jeush, Jaalam, and Korah for Eshu. These were the tribal leaders among Eshu's descendants, the sons of Eliphaz. Eshu's firstborn were Teman, Omarze, Phoknaz, Korah, Gatam, and Amalek. These were the tribal leaders descended from Eliphaz and Edom. They were the grandsons of Adah. These were the tribal leaders among the descendants of Eshu's son Reuel. Nahath, Zerah, Shammah, and Mizzah. These were the tribal leaders descended from Reuel and Edom. They were the grandsons of Eshu's wife Basmath. These were the tribal leaders among the descendants of Eshu's wife Oholib, Jeush, Jaalam, and Korah. These were the tribal leaders descended from Eshu's wife Oholib, Amah, Potpheres' daughter. These were the descendants of Eshu, that is Edom, who were tribal leaders. These were the sons of Seir, the Horit, the people living in that land, Lotan, Shobal, Zebon, Anah, Dishon, Ezer, and Dishan. These Horite tribal leaders were the sons of Seir and Edom. The sons of Lotan were Hori and Ham. Lotan, Potpheres' sister, was Timna. These were the sons of Shobal, Alvan, Manahath, Ebal, Shepho, and Onam. These were the sons of Zebon, Aiah, and Anah. Anah found the hot springs in the desert while he was taking care of the donkeys that belonged to his father Zebon. These were the children of Anah, Dishon, and Oholib, daughter of Anah. These were the sons of Dishon, Hemdan, Eshban, Ithran, and Cheran. These were the sons of Ezer, Bilhan, Zaavan, and Akan. These were the sons of Dishan, Uzi, and Aran. These were the Horite tribal leaders. Lotan, Shobal, Zebon, Anah, Dishon, Ezer, and Dishan. These were the Horite tribal leaders in the land of Seir. These were the kings who ruled Edom before any king ruled the people of Israel. Bela, son of Beor, ruled. Edon, the name of his capital city was Dinhabah. After Bela died, Jobab, son of Zerah, from Bozrah, succeeded him as king. As king. After Jobab died, Husham from the land of the Temanites succeeded him as defeated him as king. After Husham died, Hadad, son of Bedad, succeeded him as king. Hadad defeated the Midianites in the country of Moab. The name of his capital city was Avith. After Hadad died, Samlah from Masrekah succeeded him as king. After Shaul died, Baalhanan, son of Beor, succeeded him as king. After Baalhanan, son of Beor died, Hadad succeeded him as king, and the name of his capital city was Pau. His wife's name was Mehetabel, daughter of Ed, and granddaughter of Mezahab. These were the names of the tribal leaders descended from Israel by family, place, and name: Timna, Alvah, Jetheth, Oholibamah, Elah, Pinon, Kenaz, Teman, Mibzar, Mag, Diel, and Aram. These were the tribal leaders of Edom listed by the places where they lived and the property they owned. Ezra was the father of the people of Edom. Jealousy, Genesis chapter 37, verses 1 to 11. BRU can be sometimes it seems like a brother or sister is your parents' favorite. She gets more new clothes. He gets to stay up later. Being envious won't help. Telling mom or dad how you feel may help. Sometimes your brother or sister may think you are the may think you are the favorite. If that happens, talk to your parents about it and be kind to your brother or sister. Joseph's brothers sell him into slavery. Genesis chapter 37. Jacob continued to live in the land of Canaan, where his father had lived. This is the account of Jacob and his descendants. Joseph was a 17-year-old young man. He took care of the flocks with the sons of Bilhah and Zilpah, his father's wives. Joseph told his father about the bad things his brothers were doing. Israel loved Joseph more than all his sons because Joseph had been born in Israel's old age. So he made Joseph a special robe with long sleeves. Joseph's brothers saw that the father loved him more than any of them. They hated Joseph and couldn't speak to him on friendly terms. Joseph had a dream, and when he told his brothers, they hated him even more. He said to them, "Please listen to the dream I had. We were tying grain into bundles out in the field, and suddenly mine stood up. It remained standing while your bundles gathered around my bundle and bowed down to it. Then his brothers asked him, "Are you going to be our king or rulers?" They hated him even more for his dreams and his words. Then he had another dream, and he told it to his brothers. "Listen," he said, "I had another dream. I saw the sun, the moon, and 11 stars bowing down to me." When he told his father and his brothers, his father criticized him by asking, "What's this dream you had? Will your mother and I and your brothers come and bow down in front of you?" So his brothers were jealous of him, but his father kept thinking about these things. His brothers had gone to take care of their father's flocks at Shechem. Israel then said to Joseph, "Your brothers are taking care of the flocks at Shechem. I'm going to send you to them." Joseph responded, "I'll go." So Israel said, "See how your brothers and the flocks are doing, and bring some news back to me." Then he sent Joseph away from the Hebron valley. When Joseph came to Shechem, a man found him wandering around in the open country. What are you looking for?" the man asked. Joseph replied, "I'm looking for my brothers. Please tell me where they are taking care of their flocks." The man said, "They moved on from here. I heard them say, 'Let's go to Dothan.'" So Joseph went after his brothers and found them at Dothan. They saw him from a distance. Before he reached them, they plotted to kill him. They said to each other, "Look, here comes the master dreamer. Let's kill him, throw him into one of the cisterns, and say that a wild animal has eaten him. Then we will see what happens to his dreams." When Reuben heard this, he tried to save Joseph from their plot. "Let's not kill him," he said. Let's not have any bloodshed. Put him into that. Put him into that. That's a string. That's a string that's out in the desert. But don't hurt him." Reuben wanted to rescue Joseph from them and bring him back to his father. So when Joseph reached his brothers, they stripped him of his special robe with long sleeves. Then they took him and put him into an empty cistern. It had no water in it. As they sat down to eat, they saw a caravan of Ishmaelites coming from Gilead. The camels were carrying the materials for cosmetics, medicine, and embalming. They were on their way to take them to Egypt. Judah asked his brothers, "What will we gain by killing our brother and covering up his death? Let's sell him to the Ishmaelites. Let's not hurt him, because he is our brother, our own flesh and blood." His brothers agreed. As the Midianite merchants were passing by, the brothers put Joseph out of the cistern. They sold him to the Ishmaelites for 8 ounces of silver. The Ishmaelites took him to Egypt. When Reuben came back to the cistern and saw that Joseph was no longer there, he tore his clothes in grief. He went back to his brothers and said, "The boy isn't there. What am I going to do?" So they took Joseph's robe, killed a goat, and dipped the robe in the blood. Then they brought the special robe with long sleeves to their father and said, "We found this. You better examine it to see whether It's your son's robe or not. He recognized it and said, It is my son's robe. A wild animal has eaten him. Joseph must have been torn to pieces then. To show his grief, Jacob tore his clothes, put sackcloth around his waist, and mourned for his son a long time. All his other sons and daughters came to comfort him, but he refused to be comforted. He said, I will mourn for my son until I die. This is how this is this is how Joseph's father cried over him. Meanwhile, in Egypt, the Midianites sold Joseph to Potiphar, one of Pharaoh's officials and captain of the guard. Judah sinned with Tamar. Genesis chapter 38. About that time, Judah left his brothers and went to stay with a man from Adullam, whose name was Hirah. There Judah met the daughter of a Canaanite man whose name was Shua. He married her and slept with her. She became pregnant and gave birth to a son named Er. She became pregnant again and gave birth to another son whom she named Onan. Then she became pregnant again and gave birth to another son whom she named Shelah. He was born at Kezib. Judah chose a wife for his firstborn son Er. Her name was Tamar. Er angered the Lord, so the Lord took away his life. Then Judah said to Onan, Go sleep with your brother's widow. Do your duty for her as a brother-in-law and produce a descendant for your brother. But Onan knew that the descendant wouldn't belong to him. So whenever he slept with his brother's widow, he wasted his semen on the ground to avoid giving his brother a descendant. What Onan did angered the Lord so much that the Lord took away Onan but his life too. Then Judah said to his daughter-in-law Tamar, Return to your father's home, live as a widow until my son Shelah grows up. He thought that this son too might die like his brothers. So Tamar went to live in her father's home. After a long time, Judah's wife, the daughter of Shua, died. When Judah had finished mourning, he and his friend Hirah from Adullam went to Timnah, where the men were shearing Judah's sheep. As soon as Tamar was told that her father-in-law was on his way to Timnah to shear his sheep, she took off her widow's clothes, covered her face with a veil, and disguised herself. Then she sat down at the entrance to Enaim, which is on the road to Timnah. She did this because she realized that Shelah was grown up now, and she hadn't been given to him in marriage. When Judah saw her, he thought she was a prostitute because she had covered her face. Since he didn't know she was his daughter-in-law, he approached her by the roadside and said, Come on, let's sleep together. She asked, What will you pay to sleep with me? I will send you a young goat from the flock, he answered. She said, First give me something as a deposit until you send it. What should I give you as a deposit, he asked, your signet ring, its cord, and the shepherd's staff that's in your hand, she answered. So he gave them to her. Then he slept with her, and she became pregnant. After she got up and left, she took off her veil and put her widow's clothes back on. Judah sent his friend Hirah to deliver the young goat so that he could get back his deposit from the woman. But his friend couldn't find her. He asked the man of that area, where's that prostitute who was beside the road at Enaim? There's no prostitute here, they answered. So he went back to Judah and said, I couldn't find her. Even the men of that area said there's no prostitute here. Then Judah said, let her keep what I gave her, or we will become a laughing stock. After all, I did send her this young goat, but you couldn't find her. About 3 months later, Judah was told, your daughter-in-law, Tamar, has been acting like a prostitute. What's more, because of it, she's pregnant. Judah ordered, bring her out to be born. As she was brought out, she sent a message to her father-in-law. I'm pregnant by the man who owns these things. See if you recognize whose signet ring, cord, and shepherd's staff these are. Judah recognized them and said, she's not guilty, I am. She did this because I haven't given her my son Shelah. Judah never made love to her again. The time came for Tamar to give birth, and she had twin boys. When she was giving birth, one of them put out his hand. The midwife took a piece of red yarn, tied it on his wrist, and said, This one came out first. As he pulled back his hand, his brother was born. So she said, Is this how you burst into the world? He was named Perez, bursting into. After that, his brother was born with a red yarn on his hand. He was named Zerah, sunrise. Matthew chapter 10. Matthew chapter 10, verses 21 to 42. 21. Brother will hand over brother to death, or father will hand over his child. Children will rebel against their parents and kill them. Everyone will hate you because you are committed to me. But the person who patiently endures to the end will be saved. So when they persecute you in one city, flee to another. I can guarantee this truth. Before you have gone through every city in Israel, the Son of Man will come. A student is not better than his teacher, nor is a slave better than his owner. It is enough for a student to become like his teacher, and a slave like his owner. If they have called the owner of the house Beelzebul, they will certainly call the family members the same name. So don't be afraid of them. Nothing has been covered that will not be exposed. Whatever is secret will be made known. Tell in the daylight what I say to you in the dark. Shout from the housetops what you hear whispered. Don't be afraid of those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul. Instead, Fear the one who can destroy both body and soul in hell. On 2 sparrows sold for a penny, not one of them will fall to the ground without your Father's permission. Every hair on your head has been counted. Don't be afraid. You are worth more than many sparrows. So I will acknowledge in front of my Father in heaven that person who acknowledges me in front of others. But I would tell my Father but I would tell my Father in heaven that I don't know the person who tells others that he doesn't know me. Don't think that I came to bring peace to earth. I didn't come to bring peace, but conflict. I came to turn a man against his father, a daughter against her mother, a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A person's enemies will be the members of his own family. The person who loves his father or mother than me, more than more than more than me, does not deserve to be my disciple. The person who loves a son or daughter more than me does not deserve to be my disciple. Whoever doesn't take up his cross and follow me doesn't deserve to be my disciple. The person who tries to preserve his life will lose it. But the person who loses his life for me will preserve it. The person who welcomes you welcomes me, and the person who welcomes me welcomes the one who sent me. The person who welcomes a prophet as a prophet will receive a prophet's reward. The person who welcomes a righteous person as a righteous person will receive a righteous person's reward. I can guarantee this truth. Whoever whoever gives any of my humble followers a cup of cold water because that person is my disciple will certainly never lose his reward. His reward. Don't get on the expressway. That text came from my daughter one day. As I was leaving work, the highway home had become a virtual parking lot. I began trying. I began trying. I began trying alternate routes, but after experiencing gridlock on other roads, I gave up. The trip home would have to wait till later in the day, so I drove in the opposite direction to an athletic event my granddaughter was involved in. Discovering that discovering that no roads would lead me home made me think about people who say that all roads lead to an eternal relationship with God. Some believe the road of kindness and good behavior will get you there. Others choose the road of doing religious things. Relying on those roads, however, leads to a dead end. There's only one road to take to God's eternal presence. Jesus clarified this when he said, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. John chapter 14, verse 6. He was he was revealing that he was going to die, to open the way for us to enter his Father's house, to his presence and the real life he provides for today and eternity. Skip the block highways that don't lead to God's presence. Instead, trust Jesus as Savior. For whoever believes in the Son has eternal life. John has eternal life, chapter 3, verse 36. And for those who already believe in him, and for those and for those who already believe in him, rest in the way he's provided. Why is it vital to know that only Jesus can save us? Why are we prone to try to add? Why are we prone to try to add to what it takes to be welcome into his family? Dear God, I want to trust you for eternity. Thank you for the salvation found in Jesus alone. Read about the difference between relationship with Jesus and religion at discoveryseries.org backslash Q0215. Okay, that's all for now. Bye.